Well, hello there, everyone. It is the beginning of a brand new pay period, so we're excited to have you with us, and we've got Sparkman along here as well. We're really excited about this kickoff webinar because I think there's going to be a lot of great nuggets, great training that you're going to get tonight. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So what we're covering tonight, we have team recognition as well as our business training, getting started on the right foot, and then also the AdvoCare funnel. We're also going to talk about some tips for new distributor training, just different things for you to share with your brand new distributors to help them get started, on the fast track. Then there's also some additional resources to help you improve your knowledge with AdvoCare and really just give you the tools you need to be successful. And if you missed last pay period's kickoff, the topic was being prepared when an opportunity to share comes up and all the tools that you should have with you at all times. That is available on our YouTube channel at Hickey Advo. In fact, anything that we do, that we record, is now going to be on that site. So we have a new program that we're using, several videos on there already, which if you haven't watched, there's a great cleanse prep video and a max phase prep video that are on there. Highly recommend that you watch those. So that's what we're covering tonight. So let us move on to our recognition. We want to welcome all new teammates.
Welcome
to the Advo family, and whether you're here for just product use or you're here to learn more about the business, we welcome you. Always know that we're here to answer any questions that you may have along with your upline. Advisors. So we have three people who are in their last period to qualify for advisor. So we just want to urge and give them that extra nudge to make sure you talk to more people and really solidify that advisor level. And several people in second period qualification. So that just means after this pay period, you have one more to lock in that 40%.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, whether you plan to share the business or not, advisor is a great place to be at. It's 40% off your products, products that you're using every day. Spark tastes a heck of a lot better at 40%. And if you choose to share a product down the road, as people start asking you about your results, now you have a chance to maximize your profit as much as possible. So don't think that advisor's just for a business builder. It can be for anybody who just really respects their dollar.
Yep, absolutely. And then our 1,000 plus PDV club. So those are people who had at least 1,000 in personal and group volume. Had a great pay period, so I want to congratulate all of you. And you'll see the names on the top right there, Brandon and Olivia. We're highlighting them because I think there's a great training in their story.
Yeah, and we're not going to go too far in detail, but Brandon and Olivia started with us about 2 years ago, and so they got on board. Brandon's he's a personal trainer, works with a lot of people. He's very popular and he has a huge following. And he got involved with AdvoCare because he looked at it as financial freedom, a way to help his clients, the same reasons why we got involved in AdvoCare. So when he came to us, we were like, this guy's a good fit. This company's a good fit for him. I'm excited for what's about to happen. And Brandon did great. His first month, he enrolled like 20 people. He did an amazing job, really getting people to enroll with AdvoCare, but not necessarily follow through. And I think that's where we kind of lost, and maybe that's, our job as leaders is to make sure that we're casting more vision on what's possible. But down the road, it just got lost. Life came up. Later on, Brandon decided to marry Olivia. Now they have a beautiful baby together, and I'm sure their purpose is a little bit different. And so now they're kicking it into gear. And we've never given up. We've never thought, oh, well, they don't want to do this. This isn't for them. We're just going to move on. It was never like that. This business is not for everybody, and it's not it's not your time, it's their time. So what we thought was right for them, it wasn't their time yet. And we just needed to be there for them. We needed to be open so that when it was their time, they were ready to come back.
Yeah, and one thing, because I asked Brandon specifically, I said, what was it that made you come back? And of course, like Tanya said, there's that purpose. But the other thing he said for the whole year that he has not been working his Advocare business, the work that he did prior to that, he was still getting paychecks every single 2 weeks. So, that's kind of what gave him that aha moment was, this stuff is legit. I'm not even doing anything, but the people that I shared with 2 years ago are still using products. What if I now get back into it and really do things right? Mm-hmm. So we're really excited to have them on board or back on board.
Yeah, we've always been excited. We're just really excited to do this business, with other people who share like-mindedness in the same way we do. So Brandon, Olivia, congratulations. You guys did an amazing pay period, and we're excited to see what the future holds with you guys. Diamonds all the way.
Yep, and that's same for everybody else that is on here too. Absolutely no reason you can't do it as well.
Ad donation. Okay, so all right, you see those numbers, you want to pull some big numbers there, and you want to really help a lot of people, you got to get trained up. And this is where it happens. It happens at these success schools. This is Ad donation. It's coming to us. Matt and I are going to be attending 2 of these locations. We will be attending the Cincinnati, which is misspelled.
Cincinnati.
It's cute. Did you seriously do that?
I did.
We will be attending the Cincinnati, and we also will be attending the Houston, Texas one, and those are the weekends of January 11th and also January 17th. So go online, find a city near you, get your tickets, and bring somebody with you. You don't have to bring a huge group. If you do, great, but just bring somebody. And if you can't bring anybody, just bring yourself. One thing that I have learned in this business is don't expect other people to do what you're not willing to do. So if you're not attending events and you're not going out there, don't expect people to do it. Matt and I had to go to events a lot of times by ourselves because we didn't have anybody to come with. Eventually, though, people started coming with us, but they won't start coming with you until you start doing it yourself. So get to these events, get filled up with knowledge, get the understanding on why we do what we do, and a broader picture on what Advocare can do for you. Not just product, but business too. I mean, it's just such an amazing, Ad donation is such an amazing eye-opening event, straight from corporate, not from a distributor, not like us doing this right here. This is straight from corporate and their vision on where they want this company to go. And so don't miss out. Yep. Tickets are only $69.
And we can guarantee you, Tanya said this, is people will do what you do. If you're not going to these trainings, if you're not doing the right things, they're not going to follow you. So make sure that you get to Ad donation. Get your tickets on your microsite. Okay, so let's dive into tonight's training. And it's all about getting started on the right foot. And there's just a few things that you have to do to be able to get started on the right foot. And it's not rocket science. You've probably heard a lot of these things before. For those of you who've been around, I mean, I've had to revisit a lot of these things over the last 4 years because, sometimes you do get frustrated and you wonder, okay, is this really going to work for us? Well, it all starts with your purpose. And we're not talking about a cookie cutter, perfect life. I want a big house, a car, and 10 kids. If that's what drives you and that's an emotional purpose for you, then great. But when we talk about purpose, it has to be something that is so strong that will overcome any objection. So if you haven't defined what your purpose is, we highly recommend that you sit down and really think about it. What pulls at your heart that will make you continue when you get the no's? So make sure you have that clearly defined purpose. And then, of course, if you're not at advisor yet, advisor is that key position to where you can get the 40% discount or 40% earnings and open up all 5 different ways that we get paid. So advisor is the level that you want to be in. And like Tanya had mentioned earlier, whether you want to do this business or not, 40% is better than anything else out there. So make sure you can get to that advisor level. And there are multiple ways that you can get to advisor. So talk to your sponsor. However, we did what's called the advisor order because we knew we liked the products. We knew we could help other people. And we knew that we had a 365-day satisfaction guarantee. If it didn't work, we can return any unused product and get a full refund. There is nowhere else that I know of that you can get into a business for a $79 enrollment fee, get $3,000 worth of product for only a $2,100 investment, and have it guaranteed for a full year. Nothing else out there like this. So you have absolutely nothing to lose. And in our first month, we made a little over $800 because, of course, we shared some of that product. But there is $900 worth of profit that is built into your advisor order. So you have absolutely nothing to lose. You have just a ton to gain.
Yeah. And then, so you do the advisor order, and that's something you want to do, go all in and get that product ready to go. Then you're going to make a list. And lists are pretty easy to make. I mean, you sit down, you brainstorm. Okay, well, who do I know? Who do I know that really could use better energy? Who do I know is always jumping on this and that diet? Who do I know that's already into sports or an athletic person that's looking for the slight edge? Who do I know that needs extra money? It's not, you're not really pinpointing, you're not cold calling people. You are working within your warm market of people that you already have a connection with, a relationship with, that you can talk to. And so they know that you're coming to them not to try to sell them on something, but you're coming to them to be a problem solver. Okay, so you're a problem solver. You're not a salesperson. That's not what we do here. Okay, we're not cold calling people like, hey, have you heard of the 24-day challenge? And no, you don't do it like that. Our business is built through interactions on an everyday basis with relationships that we have. So people that we meet in the store. I went to the dentist yesterday. I had to go get a filling, and I'm sitting there in the chair, and obviously the dentist is like the worst place to try to talk to somebody because, you don't, they understand you. I don't know how, but anyways, and she's sitting there and she's like, oh, so you going back to work? And I was like, because it's midday, and I'm like, no, I'm not going back to work. I work from home. Oh, well, what do you do? Well, I coach people through nutrition and health, and help people make money. And she goes, oh, well, what is that? And I pointed to my shirt because I'm wearing Advocare. I'm like, oh, I do Advocare. And she's like, oh, okay, I think I've seen that before. She just asked me all this question. Guess what? That lady's on my list. All right, because I'm gonna have to go back to the dentist because, again, fix the filling. But there was a couple of ladies there that were asking about it then because she was so inquisitive. Like, so those people immediately go home and go onto the list. That's how you build your list. And once you have people that say yes to you, now it's about, well, your list. Who do you know? Okay, because you're asking that person now. Now your list just got even bigger because you're going through that person and who they know. And that's how you make the list. Get it down on paper, write it down, and write out what the outcome is. Once you touch base with somebody, write it down. What happened out of this? Did they say yes? If so, what did they take? Follow up with them.
Yeah, author Bob Bodine said it best. You already know everyone you need to know if you can get at asking the question, who do you know?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, and then Success School, like we were talking about with AdvoNation. AdvoNation essentially is a condensed version of National Success School, which is held in Texas each year. And these kind of trainings, it's like I was talking about, these are the trainings that people go to actually learn how to build their business. It's an investment into learnings to help you build your business. You're not going to go and work in a hospital without first going to college. It's just not going to happen. They're not going to give you needles to work with. You've got to get trained. And this business, so many people think, oh, well, I'll just start selling Advocare. I'll just sell Advocare. It's just super easy. Everybody else is doing it. And you hear about all the success. Guess what? Those people you hear about, they go to Success School and they go to trainings and they get on these webinars. They're not just sitting back, slanging spark from here to there. They're building leaders. They're building teams. So if you guys want to shift your mindset, try doing something a little bit different. If you haven't been to Success School, do it. Prove me wrong that it's not going to be rewarding for your business.
Yeah, and I mean, I know our success. We wouldn't be where we are had we not attended events, and we have not missed a success goal since starting.
Yeah.
And we never will.
Yeah.
Learn something.
But it's not, you know, and just so you know too, is that we didn't have anybody holding our hand. You know, we did have Mount Warren telling us, hey, you guys got to get to success goal. But it wasn't much thought about it. We were like, well, I mean, if he's going to tell us this, this guy's making $30,000 a month at the time. He's not going to tell us to do something if he doesn't think it's smart. It's in his best interest for us to win, just like it's in our best interest for you guys to win as a team. We all win if you guys win. So that's why we're saying we don't make money off you guys going to success school. We want you guys to be there because we know how much it's improved our business and our lifestyle in general, because it's not just about business training, it's leadership training, how to be a better person. The speakers that you get to hear, the stuff that you get to encounter, and people spend hundreds upon thousands of dollars to hear some of these speakers, and we get them. So I say take advantage of it for sure.
Yep. Yeah, and then ultimately it comes down to what's on the right-hand side of the screen is how do we earn income in Advocare? We help others win. And by winning, that means if somebody comes to you and they want to get on product or they have certain goals, you help coach them through to get those results that they're looking for. And if it's somebody who comes to you and says, hey, look, you know, I'm broke as a joke. I can't afford, you know, a pair of tennis shoes for my kids. I need help. Well, you help them win. You help get them some sales. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what we do in Advocare. So we always say that our paychecks are just a scorecard for how many people we help. If Tanya and I aren't helping people, we're not earning. Same thing with you. If you're not helping people, you're not going to earn. Mm-hmm. So make sure that you kind of go through these 4 items here and make sure that you're registered for AdvoNation. And we're going to show you here in a second how to go to your Advocare microsite to look at events that are in your area because there's a ton of stuff going on. So you need to make sure that you have those tools. Okay, the last part of tonight's training is the prospect funnel. Don't make Advocare harder than it needs to be. And we did that too. I mean, when we do mixers, we had this great PowerPoint presentation, you know, and I love PowerPoint, obviously. But the reality is that's not something that is duplicatable. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody is technologically savvy. Not that PowerPoint is, you know, I don't think I'm technologically savvy. But anyway, we now use the Impact Magazine because that is what has worked for the last 21 years that Advocare has been around. People have been very successful. Let's just bring it down to the basics. So your goal in Advocare, especially when you're new and when you've been in it for 10 years, is to share your story with your prospects. And that is as simple as it needs to be. Share your story. That's what's going to get them to say, yeah, I'd love to hear more about it, or how can you help me? And that's going to lead to them being a product user and a customer.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, when you've got them as a customer or product user, the biggest thing too is you want to make sure that you're following up with them. Again, problem solver, not a salesperson. You're following up with them. It's not just, yes, I got that sale, and then that's it. Like, that's not how this business works. That yes is just the entry for more work. So when somebody says yes to you, you've got so much more work to do. You should get excited because somebody's putting you to work.
That's where the work begins.
Exactly. The work never ends. As people say yes to you, it never ends because you are constantly working with these people to meet their goals. Whether that is, you know, building the business or whether that's just dropping 50 pounds, stick with them. Be the support that they need. They might not have it anywhere else. So product user into a customer, and with this, you know, say they're buying retail from you. From there, you should be asking them, hey, so you're planning on using this product, right? Simple question. And they say yes. And you say, do you know you can get a discount on this stuff? Oh yeah, how do I do that? It's really easy. For $79, you enroll, similar to a Sam's Club or a Costco membership. They ship you $60 worth of product, and with that starts you a 20% discount. You can go all the way to a 40%. Just depends on how many people you know or how much product you want to invest at the time. It's pretty simple like that. You don't don't say that, then you ask them, what would you like? Would you like to get a discount? Yeah, I'd like to get a discount. Okay, well, would you like to do the 40%? You want to try to get to the 40%, or you want to, start out with 20 and work your way? How do you want to do it? And that's when they say, oh yeah, it might be, and if you're still new to this, this is when you go, great, I want to give you a call and I want you to get on the phone with the person that helped me out, because they understand it so much better. There's a couple of ways that you can do it, so you have options, but at least you can hear how it's done, and that way we can figure out how to get you there. So, if you feel weird about qualifications and how to get to advisor, because if you're watching this, obviously you know that there are qualifications to get to advisor, or there's an advisor order. So, but the thing is, do you know the details enough to actually discuss with somebody? Maybe not. That's where that third-party credibility comes from. That's where your upline comes from. We get on the phone and we talk. It's not a pressure sale. There's no sale about it. Like, they're not getting off the phone until they get their credit card out. It's nothing like that. We're just discussing what their option is. And you're listening and you're learning how, sorry, there's a cat on the, alrighty then. There's a cat that was on the desk. All right, we're good. But you're listening and you're learning now, and pretty soon you're going to be able to teach them yourself. And then you're going to be able to be their coach when they're trying to help somebody. So you see how that works? It's duplication. All right. That person wants to move to advisor. They want to get that 40% discount. It's just duplication. If you went to advisor and you're working this business, teach them the exact way you've done it. That's all it is. Like, you're not trying to do anything outside the box. You're just you show them exactly what you did. When you get on the 24-8 challenge and you get great results, what do? You share it with somebody and you teach them the exact same way that you were taught. Why? Because you got good results. So do the same thing with advisor or distributor. If you enroll for that discount, why not share the discount with somebody else? You did it. So think along those lines. But, moving to advisor, if they're planning on a 40% product user, great. You don't have to bug them about business meetings and things like that. But let's say they move to that 40% to be the business builder. Now, that's just a mindset difference. You've got to help them on the business builder. You've got to plug them into these kinds of trainings. You've got to let them know that it's available for them to learn, because you don't know what you don't know. All right, just like getting on this tonight. Most of you guys probably didn't even know about this prospect funnel, and now you're learning about, how we move people through Advocare. From P to C to D to A, product to customer to distributor to advisor. That's how we retail to recruit. And now, I'm just letting you guys know too, not everybody moves this full spectrum and goes right to that center spot where it's, I like to think of it like a skee ball machine. Imagine, if you will, you're at Magic Mountain and you're playing skee ball and you're throwing that ball up and you're aiming for that middle spot. That middle spot is advisor. That's what you want. You want the high points. You want advisor. You want them to save the most. You want them to make the most. So you want them to go to advisor. You throw that ball. Well, guess what? That ball didn't hit the center spot. It knocked it a bump down.
A lot of times it goes to the product user.
It's hard to hit that center spot. It's a small hole. So not many balls will go in that hole, okay? But if you fall short, you're still a product user. If you don't fall anything, I think you still get like 10 points or something, which means you got somebody on product. Either way, if you're racking some sort of points up, you're doing your job, all right? But you're always aiming for that center hole. You're aiming for the most points, and the most points is advisor. The person with the most advisors wins, period. Matt Warren always taught us that, and that's the truth. That is the truth. Ask anybody in Advocare that's been successful.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. I like
Thanks.
that.
Well, this little picture, I was like, oh, that reminds me of skee ball.
Now, one thing that I do want to mention too, for those who are business builders on your team, I wrote that support on there for a specific reason. Is your job is not to jump over that person and start working directly with their teammates, unless they're not doing the work. But your job is to support them. So you're there working hand in hand with them so that they are learning. Remember, it's all about duplicating yourself. If you're just jumping over them and working with their people and they're not learning, you're doing so much more work than you need to do. So make it easy on yourself. Be there to support them. Make sure they're getting the training they need to be able to do this on their own. we don't reach out to Matt and Amber anymore for business-related questions. It's more just chatting with them because Matt showed us what we needed to do. We learned, and now we're doing it on our own.
Yeah.
And again, the phone is a very powerful tool. One of the things that I've noticed, and this is, personally for us, and I've seen it happen with many other people, is things can come off the wrong way, and relationships can be ruined by text message. Just because you don't know the person's voice, you don't know how they're saying things, and people can take offense. And it's just happened time and time again. Get on the phone. That way you can explain exactly what you mean. They hear the caring and everything in your voice, so they know that you have their best interest at hand. So make sure you pick up the phone. Don't just rely on text messages, especially when it comes to following up. All right, so the new distributor quick training. We were talking about putting together a couple videos, but the reality is there's a ton of stuff out there. So why don't we just point you in the right direction? So for new teammates or people who need to get a little bit of a jump start, get back on track, go to advocaretraining.com, click on Training on Demand, and then New Distributor Training. Here are 6 videos that we recommend that you start with. The getting off to the right start is a lot of kind of what we went over in this Period KickOff call. However, Christy goes into a lot more detail, so still want to watch that. Advisor movie, how to package your story, strategy for making a list, handling objections, and how to do a 3-way call. These are all videos by the top income earners in the company. You can learn so much for them.
Yeah, I just want to encourage you guys, if you can, go ahead and pause this right now and write down, well, not right now, hold on, wait. Go ahead and pause this and write down advocatetraining.com and write down these 6 movies. That way you're not like, okay, wait, what were those again? So go ahead and give this training a quick pause. I will say too that, these trainings, we're not just like passing this off to you like, oh, we don't feel like making a video, so, here, go watch this. It's nothing like that. We learned how to do most of our business through these videos, okay? Matt Warren did not hold our hand. He coached us from Colorado the best he could, but most of you guys aren't in our backyard, and we haven't done a mixer with you or worked with you face to face. So this is our way of being able to connect with you. This is how we learn. I distinctly remember, over 4 years ago, being in a car on our way to a mixer and being on my phone running the mobile version of Jenny Donnelly's Mixer Insights from the Advocare website, and I could barely hear it. There's traffic. I'm like holding the phone up to my ears.
We're running late.
I keep rewinding it because I'm like, wait, what did she say right there? And I'm freaking out because I'm just thinking I'm going to ruin everything if I don't do this perfectly. And I probably didn't say things perfectly that night. I mean, but I went back and I watched it again, and I tried it again, and I did it again. And that's the thing. If this business is built up by skill, and if you just take each of these, these 6 movies right here, take them one day at a time. You don't have to watch them all at once, and I don't want you to watch them all at once because they're all so different. I'd rather you guys split these up. I'd rather you watch a video and reflect on it and take it in and apply it. Kind of like homework, maybe only do like a couple videos in a week. Definitely start on how to package your story too, because that's right there is you get paid to share your story. That's the first part, share your story. So you want to understand what your story is. What do you mean by that? You've got to understand what you're going to say to people when they ask you what Advocare is. You don't want to fumble. You don't want to fire hose somebody. The idea is to give them less information so that they ask more questions. And that takes total brain training to understand that. So practice these things. And just know that setting the expectation leads to greater compliance. So you are doing these, and we're hoping that by us giving you this stuff, this is really going to improve you and improve your business, okay? Because that's our ultimate goal, is we want you guys to be successful. We've been really blessed with Advocare so far in our journey. But it's not because of anything that we haven't done. We're teaching you what we've done. We really want you guys to understand that we want it. If you want it, we want it for you too. There's no reason why we can enjoy the lifestyle that we have today and it can't be for our team and for everybody else on it. So please understand that these trainings are just to help you. This is all about you right now.
Yeah, and one key, and that's why I put that setting the expectation leads to greater compliance, is when you sit down with your new distributor and you show them these, ask them when they can actually watch them, because that is going to hold them accountable. Because your goal for following up is, hey, did you watch the Getting Off the Right Start movie? What did you get out of it? Okay, that is what you should be doing as the leader with your new teammates. Hey, and speaking of setting the expectation and getting off to the right start and not using your sponsor as an excuse for why you can't do well, we have tons of trainings that are available to you. This one happens to be online, and Tyler DeBerry, who is Diamond?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out in Arizona.
Yeah, Diamond out in Arizona. He's going to do a basic training. So what do you do next when you become a new distributor? You know, these trainings are what's going to help you learn about Advocare, help you learn how people talk about it, and also how to share it with others. So commit to attending as many events as possible, online and in person. So let's talk about in person real quick. I want to show you real quick how you can get to your Advocare microsite and be able to find those. So here's your Advocare microsite. You're going to log in. It is very simple. See the events tab there? Okay, there's Advonation, so you want to make sure you click on that when you're done here, get your ticket. Click on calendar, and now it'll automatically show your state, but you can also go to where it shows all states. And then it's going to list out all of the events that are around the nation eventually. Well, it will. So you have that. That's a tool for you. Also, we talked about advocaretraining.com. Okay, not only is there the training on demand, which there are a lot more than just those 6 videos, so we recommend that you watch every one when you get a chance, but also additional events. So these are events that maybe corporate doesn't know about, that other distributors are doing. So I always check both of these, and I check them weekly because things pop up all the time. Mm-hmm. Okay, so just great tools that you can use to make sure that you're getting the most out of your relationship with Advocare and that you're doing the things that are going to help you get the success that you're looking for. So with that, Tanya, anything else you want to share?
I have a cat. No.
All right.
No. I just want to, let you guys know that if, pay periods in the past haven't been great for you, there's never been a better time to start. Every single pay period, we all start at 0. We all start back over again. But it's the seeds that we planted before that we harvest later. So just know that the work that you do in this pay period, it might not pay you right now, but it will pay you in the future. So never stop working.
Yeah, and just remember, we've got all these holidays coming up. People are going to be focused on making sure they at least maintain their weight, if not lose weight, so that they're not, way behind when the new year comes. So just start thinking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, the New Year's. Who do you know that you can kind of get in the pipeline now to have an amazing 2015?
Yeah, Christmas is a good point too. Somebody posted, I forget what it was, but it was on Facebook. Somebody posted 11 paychecks away from Christmas, and a bunch of sad faces. But it just goes to show you, yeah, people are going to be spending money for Christmas on Christmas gifts. Advocare is huge. People love doing Advocare. They love doing a cleanse. They love Spark. They want a 24-day challenge. Those make really good gifts to give to somebody because, like a husband wants to get a gift for his wife, but he's like, I don't know what to get her. Dude, all women will eat up the 24-day challenge. So don't just market the Advocare this season as something personally, because a lot of people, we've tried in the past to really market it like, give a gift for yourself, the gift of good health. It's not the best because people are so focused on spending for others. but let them know, like, hey, you know, stocking stuffer. Spark makes a great stocking stuffer. Catalyst makes a good stocking stuffer. We have so many products that are great, and if some people's been like, oh, I couldn't really, you know, I want to do 24-8 challenge, but it's such a big expense. Think of the expenses people are spending during Christmas time, you know, and this is not just something like you taking them out for a fancy. This is something that's going to last for 24 days and possibly change their life.
And I would say Carby's makes a phenomenal stocking stuffer.
Carby's and Digesties.
Although you may need that before for Thanksgiving.
I know. All right. So yeah. So always think outside the box. Think a little bit differently. So
yes,
that's it.
So with that, guys, have a great pay period. If you need anything, you know how to get a hold of us. And we look forward to seeing your successes. And until next kickoff webinar, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.